Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How many times have you heard the phrase, knowledge is power? It's a quote that's been passed down through the generations, embedded in our minds like a truth we simply accept without questioning. But today, I want to challenge that belief. I want to confront that idea head on and turn it on its head. Knowledge alone is not power. Action is what creates power. This is a concept that often goes overlooked in our fast-paced, information-driven world. We live in an age where information is constantly at our fingertips, and it's easy to assume that having access to knowledge is enough to achieve success. But this belief is fundamentally flawed. Knowledge in its purest form is merely potential. It's an idea waiting to be realized, an insight that, unless acted upon, remains dormant. Think about all the knowledge that exists in the world right now. Every piece of information, from historical facts to business strategies, from scientific discoveries to self-help advice, is available in abundance. Yet how many of us truly use that knowledge to transform our lives? How many of us spend time learning something new only to put it aside and continue living the same way? The simple truth is that knowledge in isolation doesn't lead to breakthroughs. It's the action that follows knowledge that holds the real power. When we learn something new, we experience a moment of understanding, an aha moment that feels empowering, but that moment is fleeting unless we turn it into something more tangible. Take a fitness plan, for example. You can read all the books and watch all the videos about proper exercise and nutrition, but if you never step into the gym or change your eating habits, what good is that knowledge? It's just data in your mind collecting dust. The power doesn't come from the information itself, it comes from what you do with it. The same goes for anything you want to improve in life. Whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, or improving your relationships, the knowledge you acquire only becomes useful when you act on it. The real test of knowledge is not how much you know, but what you do with what you know. It's not about reading more books or taking more courses, it's about implementing what you've learned and making it part of your daily life. This requires commitment. It's easy to accumulate knowledge, but it's much harder to take the next step and apply it consistently. That's where most people fall short. They have great ideas, they understand the theory, but when it comes to execution, they hesitate, they procrastinate, or they simply give up. This is why knowledge alone cannot be considered power. Without action, it has no impact. Without action, it doesn't change anything. Action, however, brings about results. It's through action that you see real growth and progress. Think about successful entrepreneurs. Many of them are not the most educated or the most knowledgeable in their fields. Instead, they are people who have taken action. They may not have all the answers when they start, but they act on what they know, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. They turn their knowledge into results through persistence and hard work. The same can be said about anyone who's achieved something significant in their lives. They took the knowledge they had, applied it, and created something meaningful. Action also creates momentum. It's easy to feel stuck when you have a wealth of knowledge but don't know where to begin. But once you take that first step, even a small one, you start to build momentum. Momentum propels you forward, and with each action you take, you gain more clarity, more confidence, and more motivation to keep going. This is the power of action. It breaks through the inertia that knowledge alone creates. It propels you from the realm of theory into the realm of reality. And it's only when you're in the realm of reality that you can truly measure your success. Ultimately, knowledge is a tool. It's a valuable tool, but it's only a tool. The power lies in your ability to use that tool effectively. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you need more than just knowledge. You need the ability to take that knowledge and turn it into action. Action turns your dreams into reality. Action turns your ideas into tangible results. Action is what separates those who merely dream from those who actually achieve. So remember, knowledge alone is not power. Action is what creates power. Information is potential, but execution is everything. We are living in a time where knowledge is more accessible than ever before. Information is abundant and available in countless formats: books, online courses, podcasts, articles, and videos. The world is full of data that can educate, inspire, and equip us for success. But here's the crucial point. Access to information doesn't automatically translate to success. It doesn't matter how much you know if you aren't executing on it. Information, while incredibly valuable, remains just potential until it is applied in the real world. Many people are misled into thinking that gathering more and more information is the key to success. They read books, attend seminars, watch tutorials, and collect information like it's some sort of treasure, but they don't act. They don't put the knowledge into practice. And this is where the disconnect happens. Information is the raw material. It is the starting point, but without execution, it's meaningless. If you're sitting on mountains of knowledge but aren't taking action, you're essentially sitting on untapped potential, and that potential will never be realized until you make the decision to act. Execution is the bridge that connects what you know to what you do. It's the process of turning knowledge into reality, and this process requires effort, focus, and persistence. You can spend years accumulating information, but it's only when you begin to act that your learning starts to pay off. Execution is where you face the challenges, solve the problems, and learn the lessons that are essential for growth. It's through execution that you refine your strategies, learn from your mistakes, and adapt your approach until you get the results you desire. What often happens is that people get stuck in the cycle of gathering more knowledge without taking any steps to apply it. They might convince themselves that they need to learn just a little more before they start, or they might fear failure, thinking that they need to know everything before they take action. This mentality is dangerous. The fear of making mistakes, combined with the idea that they need to know more first, prevents them from taking that first step. But here's the truth. No amount of information will prepare you for everything you'll face in the real world. You can never predict every obstacle, every challenge, or every unforeseen circumstance. The only way to truly learn is by doing. Execution, therefore, is the real test of knowledge. When you begin to apply what you've learned, you step into a new world of experience and learning. You see how the knowledge you've acquired translates into practice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but each attempt is a valuable lesson. When you execute, you expose yourself to the realities of the process, and you start to understand the nuances that information alone cannot teach you. It's only through doing that you realize what works for you, what doesn't, and what adjustments you need to make. Moreover, execution creates momentum. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or unsure when you're gathering information and you don't know where to begin. But once you take action, even if it's just a small step, you create momentum that pushes you forward. Every action, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal and builds your confidence. With each step, you gain clarity, and that clarity propels you toward even more effective actions. So momentum is the secret to progress. It's what turns a vague idea into a tangible result. The more you execute, the more you learn, and the faster you improve. If you're serious about turning your potential into something real, you need to shift your focus from accumulating information to executing on it. Knowledge is an incredible asset, but it's worthless without execution. Action is the only way to unlock the true value of what you know. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to act or for the next big piece of information to come your way. The time to act is now. And the moment you begin executing on what you know, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when your potential turns into progress and your dreams start to become a reality. The true power comes from applying what you know consistently. It's one thing to learn something new, to gather information, or to discover a concept that excites you. It's easy to feel a rush when you come across something that seems like the key to unlocking your success. But if you don't take that information and apply it consistently, it's like having a treasure map and never following it. The power of knowledge is not in the moment of discovery, but in the repeated action that follows it. Knowledge becomes transformative when it's put into practice every single day. Consistency is often the differentiator between those who succeed and those who fall short. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you aren't applying that knowledge in a disciplined, repetitive way, you'll never see the kind of results you desire. It's easy to get excited about a new idea or strategy, to dive in with full enthusiasm, but the real test comes when the excitement fades and you're left with the choice to either continue or abandon your efforts. The true power comes when you push through the initial excitement and commit to applying your knowledge even when it gets tough, even when it's no longer as exciting as it once was. Think about it. How many times have you learned something valuable only to forget about it a few weeks later? How many times have you been inspired by an idea, but then let it fade away when life got busy? This is the difference between knowledge and application. Knowledge is a fleeting thing. It's easy to forget, to let it slip into the background when other distractions take over. But consistent application is what makes that knowledge stick. It's through consistency that your learning becomes ingrained in your daily life. And it's through this practice that you start to see real results. Applying what you know consistently isn't just about repetition for the sake of repetition. It's about using what you've learned in a way that builds upon itself over time. When you apply your knowledge every day, you begin to see patterns, make adjustments, and refine your approach. The first time you use a new skill, it may not come out perfectly, but with continued application, it becomes second nature. Each day of consistent action sharpens your ability to execute, and this is where the true power lies. Consistency also builds momentum. The more you apply what you know, the easier it becomes to continue applying it. At first, it may feel like a challenge to keep going, but as you build a habit, you begin to flow with it. Momentum is a powerful force because it creates a cycle of growth. Every small win, every application of your knowledge adds to the momentum that pushes you toward even greater success. Quote, "You can never hold a list without doing the deals first," end quote. It's this momentum that propels you forward even when things get difficult or when your motivation wanes. When you're consistent, you don't have to rely on fleeting inspiration or bursts of energy to get you moving. You've built a system that carries you forward even on the tough days. The power of applying what you know consistently also comes from the learning that happens in the process. You may not always get it right at first, but through consistent application, you learn valuable lessons that go beyond the knowledge itself. You learn about yourself, about your limits, about your strengths and weaknesses. You develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and a mindset that embraces growth. This is what makes consistent application so powerful. It's not just about doing the same thing over and over. It's about learning and evolving as you go. In many ways, applying what you know consistently is what separates those who merely talk about their goals and those who actually achieve them. Anyone can gather knowledge, but it's the ones who commit to using that knowledge day in and day out who make real progress. It's the ones who push through the hard days, who keep applying what they know even when they don't see immediate results, who eventually see the transformation they desire. The true power comes from staying the course, no matter how long it takes. Consistency is the key that unlocks the door to real success, and it's only through applying what you know over time that you can reach your fullest potential. A strong mindset drives the effective use of knowledge. You can have all the information, all the strategies, and all the resources in the world, but without the right mindset, none of it will truly matter. Mindset is the foundation on which everything else is built. It shapes how you approach challenges, how you handle setbacks, and most importantly, how you view your own potential. A strong mindset doesn't just help you absorb knowledge, it propels you to take action and use that knowledge effectively to create real change in your life. Without a strong mindset, your knowledge is like a tool left unused in a drawer. It may be powerful, but it's not going to do anything unless you are willing to put it into practice. One of the key aspects of a strong mindset is the belief in your own ability. If you don't believe you can succeed, it doesn't matter how much you know. You won't take the necessary steps to make your knowledge actionable. A mindset of self-doubt can paralyze you, even when you have all the right information in front of you. This is why believing in yourself is not just a nice thought. It's an essential part of transforming knowledge into power. If you don't believe in your ability to apply what you know, you'll never make the decisions, take the risks, or push through the challenges that are necessary to achieve success. A strong mindset gives you the confidence to trust in your own judgment, to take risks, and to learn from the inevitable failures that come with any ambitious pursuit. Another crucial component of mindset is resilience. A strong mindset doesn't just think positively, it prepares for the inevitable struggles that will arise. Resilience allows you to bounce back from failure, to keep going when things aren't going as planned, and to keep applying what you know even when you face obstacles. Knowledge alone can't protect you from failure, but a strong mindset can help you push through it. Every person who has achieved something remarkable has faced setbacks. They have encountered roadblocks, experienced rejection, and been met with failure. But what distinguishes those who ultimately succeed from those who give up is their mindset. Those who succeed have the resilience to keep going, to view challenges as learning opportunities, and to stay focused on the long-term goal even when things don't go according to plan. A strong mindset also involves the ability to remain focused. In a world full of distractions and noise, it's easy to get sidetracked or overwhelmed. You might start with a great deal of knowledge, but if you don't have the mental discipline to stay focused on your goal, you'll quickly lose momentum. Focus is essential because it enables you to make deliberate, purposeful actions that align with your long-term vision. It's about prioritizing what matters, cutting out distractions, and consistently taking steps toward your goal, no matter how small. A strong mindset keeps you on track, reminding you of your purpose and helping you push forward when distractions threaten to pull you away from your goals. Moreover, mindset shapes how you respond to feedback. A growth or graded mindset sees feedback as a tool for improvement rather than a source of defeat. When you apply your knowledge, you are bound to receive feedback. Some of it will be positive and some of it will be critical. A strong mindset embraces both types of feedback as valuable. Instead of becoming defensive or discouraged, someone with a strong mindset takes feedback as a gift, using it to refine their approach, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. Knowledge can give you the tools to succeed, but how you interpret and act on feedback determines whether that knowledge will translate into real progress or simply sit idle. Finally, a strong mindset fuels perseverance. It's easy to feel excited and motivated when you first learn something new. The enthusiasm can carry you for a short time, but over the long haul, the initial energy can fade. What keeps you going when the excitement wanes is your mindset. Perseverance, which is a key attribute of a strong mindset, allows you to keep applying what you know, even when the going gets tough. It helps you to stay committed to your goals, even when you're not seeing immediate results. It pushes you to keep learning, growing, and adapting, knowing that success is a marathon, not a sprint. A strong mindset is the driver behind the application of knowledge. It shapes the way you approach challenges, the way you handle failures, and the way you stay focused on your goals. Without the right mindset, knowledge alone will not take you far. But with the right mindset, knowledge becomes a powerful tool that propels you to take action, overcome obstacles, and knowledge becomes a weapon when combined with courage and commitment. Knowledge by itself is neutral. It holds no power until it is applied. However, when you infuse knowledge with courage, the bravery to take risks, to step into the unknown, and commitment, the relentless dedication to pursue a goal no matter the cost, you transform that knowledge into a powerful tool. Courage allows you to move forward in the face of uncertainty, and commitment ensures that you keep going even when the going gets tough. Together, they take the raw material of knowledge and turn it into something far more potent. Courage is the first element in this transformation. It's one thing to learn something, to understand a concept, or to gain insight into a problem, but it's another thing entirely to act on that knowledge, especially when doing so requires stepping outside of your comfort zone. Courage is what pushes you to take the first step, even when the path isn't clear. It's what drives you to face challenges head-on, knowing that you may fail, but doing it anyway because the potential rewards are worth the risk. Without courage, knowledge remains locked in your mind, unable to create the change you seek. It's courage that allows you to turn your ideas into action, to put your learning to work in the real world. Commitment is the second crucial element that empowers knowledge. Commitment is what makes knowledge valuable over time. It's easy to be inspired by a new idea or to learn something that excites you, but inspiration fades and motivation ebbs and flows. Without commitment, those bursts of enthusiasm will quickly disappear and your knowledge will remain. Commitment is the act of dedicating yourself to something, not just when it's easy or convenient, but when it's hard, when you encounter setbacks, and when things aren't progressing as quickly as you'd hoped. It's this level of commitment that allows you to apply your knowledge consistently, to refine your approach, and to make progress, even when faced with obstacles. When knowledge is combined with courage and commitment, it has the power to create lasting change. It's no longer just theoretical, it becomes something that can change your life and the lives of those around you. This combination allows you to face challenges with the confidence that you have the tools to overcome them. It gives you the strength to keep pushing forward, even when progress seems slow. Knowledge, when combined with courage and commitment, becomes more than just information. It becomes the driving force behind every decision, every action, and every step you take toward your goal. The true strength of knowledge lies in its application. When you act with courage, you show that you are willing to take the risks necessary to turn your ideas into reality. Courage doesn't eliminate fear, but it gives you the strength to move forward despite it. It's what allows you to use your knowledge to take that first step, even when it feels like you don't have all the answers. Commitment, on the other hand, keeps you moving forward after that first step. It ensures that you don't give up when the challenges arise or when the results don't come immediately. It's the perseverance to keep learning, adapting, and growing. It's what allows you to continuously apply your knowledge, refine your approach, and stay on course. Knowledge, when combined with courage and commitment, becomes a weapon because it allows you to face life's challenges with confidence and determination. It empowers you to take calculated risks, to make bold decisions, and to keep going when others might quit. It becomes a tool that you can use to shape your future no matter what obstacles you face along the way. It's not enough to know something. You must have the courage to act on it and the commitment to keep acting on it until you succeed. Ultimately, the most powerful people are those who not only possess knowledge, but who also have the courage to act on it and the commitment to see it through. Knowledge without courage and commitment is like a sword that's never drawn. It has potential, but it doesn't make a difference. However, when you combine knowledge with these two forces, you unleash its true power and create a force for transformation. The true power of knowledge is unleashed through continuous learning and adaptability. In an ever-changing world where industries evolve, new technologies emerge, and challenges arise unpredictably, the ability to learn continuously and adapt is essential. Knowledge becomes stale if it isn't constantly updated, adjusted, and refined. In fact, a fixed mindset or the belief that once you know something, that's enough, can be detrimental. The world doesn't stop evolving, and neither should your learning. To truly harness the power of knowledge, you must commit to an ongoing process of learning, growing, and adjusting based on new insights and changing circumstances. Continuous learning is not just about accumulating more knowledge. It's about deepening your understanding of what you already know. Every time you apply what you've learned, you gain new perspectives that allow you to see your knowledge in a different light. You start to understand its limitations, its nuances, and its real-world applications in ways that go far beyond the textbook. When you actively engage in learning, you begin to see patterns that weren't apparent before, and this deeper level of understanding is what enables you to make smarter, more effective decisions. But without continuous learning, knowledge can become rigid, outdated, and less useful over time. Just because you learned something years ago doesn't mean it still applies the same way today, especially in fields where change is rapid. Adaptability is just as crucial in leveraging knowledge effectively. You can have an impressive amount of knowledge, but if you're unable to adapt it to new situations, you won't be able to reap its full benefits. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to pivot when necessary is one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate. Adaptability means being able to take the knowledge you've gained and apply it in different ways, adjusting to new conditions and overcoming challenges that weren't anticipated. It's not about being rigid and insisting that what worked before will always work again. It's about being open-minded and willing to adjust your approach when things change. The world demands flexibility, and your knowledge should be flexible as well. In the context of continuous learning, adaptability also involves a willingness to unlearn what no longer serves you. As you grow and gain more experience, some of the ideas or concepts you once held onto may no longer be relevant or accurate. The best learners are those who are willing to challenge their own assumptions and make room for new, better ways of thinking. Unlearning is just as important as learning, because it clears space for new insights. If you hold on to outdated information or methods because they are comfortable or familiar, you limit your ability to grow. Knowledge doesn't just grow through adding more information. It grows through the process of letting go of what no longer works and embracing what does. When you embrace continuous learning and adaptability, you create a cycle of growth that constantly feeds itself. Each new piece of knowledge you gain helps you apply previous knowledge more effectively. With each experience, you fine-tune your approach, learning from your successes and failures alike. This adaptability ensures that you're never left behind, that your knowledge is always relevant, and that you're always ready to meet new challenges head-on. It's a mindset that allows you to thrive in uncertainty, knowing that as long as you keep learning and adapting, you will continue to grow and succeed no matter what changes come your way. This process of continuous learning and adaptability is what allows successful people to stay ahead of the curve. They don't rest on their laurels, assuming that what worked in the past will always work in the future. Instead, they remain curious, seeking out new information, new perspectives, and new ways of doing things. They are never satisfied with their current level of knowledge. They constantly push themselves to expand their understanding and refine their skills. This mindset ensures that they stay at the forefront of their fields, able to navigate challenges and seize opportunities that others might miss. Ultimately, knowledge is not static. It's dynamic, evolving, and transformative. The true power of knowledge lies not just in what you know, but in how you use that knowledge to learn, adapt, and grow continuously. When you commit to lifelong learning and the ability to adapt, you unlock the full potential of your knowledge. It's not about the information you have today. It's about how you keep learning, how you adjust your thinking, and how you apply that learning in new and innovative ways. In conclusion, knowledge in itself is not power, it's the application of knowledge, the mindset with which you approach challenges, and the continuous learning and adaptability that truly unlock its potential. Knowledge becomes powerful when it's consistently applied with courage and commitment, when it's backed by a mindset that fosters belief, resilience, focus, and perseverance. It becomes transformative when you combine it with the courage to take risks and the commitment to follow through no matter the obstacles. Most importantly, knowledge must evolve alongside you. Continuous learning and adaptability are key to ensuring that your knowledge remains relevant, actionable, and impactful. The power of knowledge is not a static thing. It's a dynamic force that thrives when it is actively used, refined, and adapted. In a world that is constantly changing, your true strength lies in how you harness and apply what you know to navigate challenges, create opportunities, and achieve success.